Canyon where you see those waterfalls and the clouds hanging down, if you were to climb up the cliffs and get up on top of the island, you'd be very close to the top of Mount Waialeale, where all the record rainfall lands on Kauai. Out in front of us, our famous Waimea Canyon. Its nickname, the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Now take a look left, you'll see the Waimea River, and right on the coastline, Waimea Town. Now in front of the town and the river is Waimea Bay. That bay out there is where Captain James Cook first landed on the Hawaiian Islands back in 1778. And he was greeted by the natives who literally thought that he was one of their gods, their god Lono. That was their god of peace, celebration, and athletic competition. Back out in front of us, Waimea. The name, it means red water. See how red the soil is? High iron content. And when that iron rusts, it turns red. And when the rusty red soil gets in the rivers, that sediment tints the water red. That's the Hawaiian name. It's one heck of a rainbow. Look at how nice it's showing up. That's beautiful. And then we got to throw in the rainbow song. Has anybody visited the canyon yet? Waimea Canyon? You have? Where'd you live on the island when you were here?
I lived all over Oahu. I mainly visited Kauai.
Oh, okay.
Are we going under or over the rainbow?
It's just going to follow us. It's a cool phenomenon about flying in a helicopter. You'll see it's full circle, all the way around. Coming up out the right front, Po'omau Canyon. Out the right front, Waipo'o Waterfall. It's not only a beautiful waterfall, but it's a real popular hike. See the red ridge line up above it to the left a little? It's only about a 3-mile round-trip hike to that ridge line and back. About 40-45 minutes each way. Really nice hike, and from there, you can take pictures down the Waimea Canyon. And on the other side, a little red ridge line, there's a trail that leads down a couple hundred yards to a beautiful pool and a waterfall. Waipo'o. Me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Bringing it around for Rita and Patricia. Waipo'o Falls.
Immediate to the left here, is this Waipo'o?
The movie what?
I asked if that falls right there was the one that was Waipo'o.
Waipo'o, yes ma'am. Sorry if I don't hear you sometimes. I'm listening to frequencies that you don't hear. All the other helicopter pilots give me position reports as we go. So sometimes when you start to talk, they're talking too, and I can't get both at the same time. I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself,
mountains?
These right in here are about 3,300 feet above sea level. It's actually about that same elevation all around the perimeter of the mountains around the perimeter. And then at the very center, 5,250 feet roughly. If you visit the canyon, a couple recommendations. Come in the afternoon, midday on. And the other, continue on the canyon road all the way around to the very, very last parking lot where the road ends. That's called the Pu'u'olika Observation Deck, where you can look down the Kalalau Valley on the Nepali side of the island. If it's clear, spectacular. Really a little faint, but you can see it, the island of Ni'ihau out the left front. That's that private island I told you the Robinson family owns. And along the shoreline here, you'll see some white buildings and a runway. It's a military base called Barking Sands Pacific Missile Range. Navy test fires rockets and missiles out over the ocean from here.
Why do they call it Barking Sands?
Well, it's a Hawaiian name. They say that there's a couple different theories. One, that when you step on the sand, it kind of makes a crunch or a sound. And there's another that when it's windy, based upon the size of the sand granules and at certain temperatures, the sand will actually make noises. So the Hawaiians call it Barking Sands. This facility out the left front, the white balls, is a radar station. Both NASA and Barking Sands have facilities in there. And this road that we're going to pass over right now that leads down to it, this is the last road you're going to see for the next 17 miles. Because from right here, 17 miles to the north, up the coast, is all part of the Nepali Coast Wilderness State Park. Absolutely stunning. You're welcome to visit or camp here, but to get in, you either have to hike or come in by kayak or boat. There are no roads. The name Nepali, it means the cliffs in Hawaiian. Out the right-hand side at the moment, the unforgettably beautiful Nepali coast. And we're going to do a turn, put it out the left.
Do people kayak down here along the coast?
Yes, ma'am. They do, expedition or tours. And then also people individually do it too. They usually start up at KA Beach or Hyanna Beach Park, come around the corner, come downwind, downstream along the coast here. It's too hard to go upstream and or up current and upwind.
Are there rip tides around here?
What's that?
Are there any rip tides around here that will take you out?
Yes, primarily in the winter time when we get the big waves along the down towards the point there off of some of the beaches. There's a bad rip. Dangerous rip. Off Hanakapiai Beach there's been over, I think the current number, 78 people lost off that beach due to the rip tide. Big signs that says do not swim, and every time we fly by there's people in the water. Like 15 of them never recovered.
That's kind of like up by Tunnels Beach.
Summertime ain't a big thing, but when you get those big waves and swells in the wintertime, man, it just has a bad rip along there. This is the Hanapu Valley, and it's a very sacred valley to Hawaiians. It was used in ancient times for the burial of Hawaiian chiefs. Their grave sites were hidden high up into the hillsides to prevent detection. The Hawaiians believed that the chief's mana, his spiritual power, remained in his bones, and they feared that if found, that the power of those bones could be used for evil. There's just rainbows everywhere. All in this. Ready?